Alright, so Crown Jewel this weekend in good old Saudi Arabia. What I was like, whatever, how they do it. Jeddah. Yeah. Arabian night? I don't know. Is that even clear? I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, besides all that, we got Crown Jewel, like I said earlier, or whatever. You know, I was like, it should have been like Crown Roll or something like that. They're probably trademark things for that. But anyway, with that being said, I was like, this seems like I mean, obviously, I was like, they always been like, do they count? Do they not count? And it's really being like, to be honest, I feel like 75% of the matches on a normal card really doesn't matter. Really, what always matter will be like 2 matches, where it's like, it'd be like 2 feuds and a title match or something like that. That would basically like actually matter. But anyway, but this one, I was like, no, all the matches on the card all do matter, so there's a reason to watch it in substance. I will say that I think all of them, really, to be honest, has a potential to be wonky finishes or some type of DQs or something like that. I know in the main title match, they say, you know, with the women and the men, is that there's supposed to be a definitive winner. We'll see how that really goes. But to be honest, every match seemed like it could end up to where it's like there's no actual winner. So let's go ahead and just start with LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. I really feel like it's going to be LA Knight, just because I was like, I really don't feel like there's really anything for him to really lose. To be honest, just because I was like, he's only defended like, what, 3 times? I was like, there hasn't really been anything here. Like, I think the reason I don't think that that he will lose is really because Andrade and Carmelo haven't had their Game 7 match. I think, like, for instance, if somebody would have won that or something like that in that type of way, maybe, just because it's like, but if Andrade wins it, then he's going to defend it against Carmelo in the Game 7 or vice versa. I just think they're just going to keep this sort of thing going. And also, too, I just think, like, LA Knight is still liked. You're not going to be able to do anything else with him. Keep him here with the title, because I was like, he's a good guy to have the title on. I was like, Carmelo and Andrade, even though they've been doing all this stuff, I was like, Carmelo ain't there to what he was sort of when he first got drafted. So I think you still need some building up for him to do. And Andrade, I was like, it's one of them people that's like, everybody likes him because of his matches, but he doesn't really get the fanfare at the same time. Look, yes, you could go for a surprise win, but I just don't think they've done anything yet for that surprise win. To me, I was like, if they was going to do a surprise win, it'd be Carmelo. Just already annoyed him that, but I was like, to me, to be honest, I could see that probably maybe going closer as we go closer to WrestleMania. To be honest, for that, like, I feel like that will be when they start revving him up. Maybe we'll see, but for right now, LA Knight wins. So speaking of what could be a wonky finish, is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Triple H basically is like, I'm trying to protect you, Randy. You're old, you're broken back. Kevin Owens is crazy. All that kind of stuff. But they have to play into it at some point. So either, I think Kevin Owens wins this in general, but does he win it basically of just beating Randy Orton? Or do he just basically just start slinging and bumping Randy Orton to the point that he just becomes a pride fighter and he just start beating Randy Orton's ass in the way that the referee got to call it? You know, like where it's like they doing the 5 count in the turnbuckles and he just still just stomping a mud hole in his ass, and you know they got to call it. Or he throw Randy Orton, you know, onto the apron or something like that, to where they got to call it because Randy Orton can't physically go. But I think Kevin Owens gets this one, and mainly he'll get this one because he has to show back up later on. But before we get to that right there, speaking of another match that I think can and probably will also go wonky, is Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. I was like, to me, I think it would be good to either give Bronson Reed the win outright, which I don't think they're going to do, or have him beat Seth Rogen. Jesus Christ, am I that old? Seth Rollins, the win through DQ. Basically, the same thing with Kevin Owens, where Bronson Reed just started beating the hell out of him. Now, that's the only way I can also see that Seth. This is also why I can see Seth Rollins win, is the fact that he beats Bronson Reed. He beats him, curb stomps him like twice, wins, miraculously make it through, and Bronson Reed just destroys him afterward. That propels him to have a second match. Because the thing is, we're trying to get to a second match. To me, the best way to get to that is basically Bronson Reed either losing or destroying Seth Rollins in a way that is provoking a second match. Like, I do like Bronson Reed winning, but the problem with that is that it sort of, to me, it sort of dies. Like, I think Bronson Reed needs something to look good with. I was like, take that back, that he needs to win this one, the first one, or whatever. I guess he needs to win in some type of form in that way, to where it's just like straight up DQ, or he just obliterating the hell out of Seth Rollins. Because if they give him the first one, I was like, Seth Rollins may want like another match. He's like, oh, you got lucky or something like that, maybe. But I was like, that really is needed for you get lucky against the monster, is what I'm trying to say. Then we got the women's fatal 4-way match with Metaphor, with Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Piper and Chelsea, and Damage Control, and of course Bianca and Jade. I don't know about this one, just because I feel like they could tell a story that when Bianca and Jade are in a multi-woman match, they can't win. You know, because they lost the Unholy Union with the Triple Threat. So I was like, I would like it if they lost here as well, because there were just so many teams that their dominance and their physicality just can't overwhelm everybody like that. Because at some point you just lose like awareness of something goes awry. You get what I'm saying? Do I think they'll keep this one? I was like, I want to say so, just because I don't think Metaphor is going to win, just because they just recently, I guess, called up or whatever. Piper and Chelsea, they don't seem like they're giving them any damn thing, which, you know, sort of sucks. I was like, they should have something to where because I was like, they're prominent on TV. Let them also have a prop as well. And the only reason I say no with Damage Control is just because I feel like Damage Control and Jade and Bianca are going to get a proper match to where Damage Control wins. I was like, they've had beef since before WrestleMania, that I feel like that's just going to keep carrying on. That I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they get their match back, but I think that they will want them to have an actual match, no interference kind of thing. And with that being said, I think you got on the horizon Liv and Raquel, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they get themselves the tag team belts at some point either. So I can see that being the thing as well too. I doubt they lose. I would like for them to lose, but at the same time, if they lose, what else are they really doing? So you get what I'm saying? Like, I could see them hold on to the title pretty much almost till close to WrestleMania, to be honest. Then after that, I was like, oh, I guess we're down to like the last couple matches. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan. I think Nia Jax. Well, I don't know. I was like, at the time of doing this, I was like, Rhea Ripley is busted the hell up, so she's not gonna be interfering in that match. You do have Tiffany to block Raquel, so it can't just be Liv and Nia. I think that, I was like, to be honest, I think either one can win without there being like a blemish or anything like that. Just because I was like, Liv is a, chicken shit heel, to where her winning against Nia would seem like that was a fluke. And that could build some tension between Nia and Tiffany of being like, I thought you were there. Even though Candice is sort of being on her squad now, so maybe she got the extra hand now to where she can win that one. Because I was like, if Nia Jax dominates Liv, you can also see that too. But Raquel being there, and that's what, I think it might be Nia Jax, because Tiffany's going to get her ass beat by Raquel. But because Candice is there, and maybe with Indy, I don't know, she had to really play the part or anything, she has an extra person to really take out Raquel. So that's why I'm gonna give Nia the win, just because I was like, to me, Nia doesn't need to, just because I was like, she's so dominant in her run, whereas like Liv being who she is, I was like, she's not a physical force, where like she gets the win, she could be like, I gotta win over Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. Like, ha 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 ha, how that she does, kind of thing. But I was like, man, this one's actually tough. I was like, the other one is kind of just easy a little bit, but I'm gonna go with. I was like, you know what? Because I was like, Nia also got the crown. Whereas, like, Liv don't have that. So, what better way to have her belt? Nah, just give Nia everything. Give Nia the crown. Give her every damn thing. She doing well. I was like, give it up for her. I was like, give it up for her. She look good out here. Gunther and Cody. Kevin Owens, I think, is going to make an appearance. And I was like, I also think, old boy from Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser, is going to make an appearance as well, too. I mean, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but Cody is going to make an appearance. And I think he's going to beat Cody. Because I like Cody, to me, if he's going to lose, it will be to Gunther in a way. I was like, that's who I feel like he can lose to. Like, he's not going to lose to too many people, but Gunther, he could lose to that. It won't seem like, you know, they got close that one time in the Rumble. I was like, they've been on Raw together where they sort of like, you know, have to exchange time or every now and then and stuff. So, I was like, I could see that. I could see that happening in that type of way to where I'm just like, you know, they had that one interaction with the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, I was like, he could lose to Gunther and also too because we know that Cody has the main championship, but Gunther says he got the second championship. That hey, let Gunther have it. Cody's gonna keep on winning, so let Gunther have it. And I don't know if this is going to happen. I was like, I think I see somebody speculate or whatever like that. Basically, the 3 members of Bloodline versus whoever 3 from the new Bloodline. If that happens, the new Bloodline has to win in some form or form. 1, they got an extra person. 2, I was like, to me, I would pick had to be Solo, Jacob, and Tonga, not Tonga Loa, but Tonga. But they have to win because I was like, they have to be a menacing force. They gotta basically be like those 3 have to get beaten, so that now they gotta look at each other and be like, we need help too. Now we gotta find somebody. And with this whole Sammy thing talking to Solo and all the other stuff, that's gonna create the tension with that. You already got the tension with Sammy and Jay and Jimmy. Go ahead and keep building on it. You're gonna have it with Roman. And also too, hell, you might even get Kevin Owens being mad at Sammy and being like, you too? You just like Cody, you too? So, excuse me. Yeah, let them all. I was like, the new Bloodline has to win to basically keep telling Roman that he is not the one right now. They are not the GOATs. They are not having money falling from the rafters. That's not what's happening right now. That's pretty much how I was like. I see that they had like that. That one probably the easiest one to figure out who's gonna win because they need to win. It doesn't make sense if they win, if regular Bloodline wins and stuff like that. You don't have no setup for the Ula Fala. You don't have nothing maybe with the Rock. You don't have nothing with this whole thing of Roman and Jacob fought too. Like, no, they have to win. They have to win. That's how it is. That's how it got to be. Anyway, I'm over here putting my hands up like I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't even understand what that means. Anyway, what do y'all think is going to happen at Crown Jewel? I was like, are you actually excited for it? I was like, I actually am. Normally, I'm not for a Crown Jewel. I was like, it's during the middle of the day, so I ain't going to really be able to see it until like later on. But with that being said, hey, it is what it is. Still going to capture it anyway. But yeah, let me know what y'all all think. Whatever the matches, all that other stuff. You know what to do if you, yeah, you got it. Anyway, until then, peace out.